Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Today, we're bringing to you from Minute Maid Park the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros in the second game of a four-game set between these two clubs. This is the fifth time they've played in the last 8 days, and it is going to be the Astros who are currently ahead here as they have won 4 straight against the Mariners, sweeping Seattle in Seattle last weekend and taking the first one of this series as well. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with MLB, the MLBPA, the National League, American League, or their sponsors, and we're giving live English reports on the game being played in hopes that English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the game on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, we'll first off give you the starting lineups for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off and playing in center field is Julio Rodriguez. Batting second and playing first base is Ty France. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is Carlos Santana. In the cleanup spot and playing third base is Eugenio Suarez. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is J.P. Crawford. Batting in the sixth spot and playing right field is Kyle Lewis. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is Cal Raleigh. Batting eighth in left field is Jesse Winker. And batting ninth and playing second base is Adam Frazier. And they are going to be facing one of the legends of the game and certainly probably the greatest there has been in the last 20 years. That'll be Justin Verlander taking the hill for the Houston Astros. Verlander is 13-3 on the season. He's worked 116 and a third innings. He's allowed 81 hits, 32 runs. Only 24 have been earned. He's walked 21 and struck out 117. And he's got an ERA of 1.86. So that's your starting lineup for the Mariners. And now your starting lineup for the home team for Houston. Leading off and playing second base wearing number 27 is Jose Altuve. Batting second and playing first base wearing number 10 is Yulieski Gurriel. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting is number 44, Yordan Alvarez. In the cleanup spot and playing third base wearing number 2 is Alex Bregman. And batting fifth in right field wearing number 30 is Kyle Tucker. Batting sixth and playing shortstop wearing number 3 is Jeremy Pena. Hitting seventh in left field wearing number 16 is Alamides Diaz. Batting eighth and playing center field wearing number 14 is Mauricio Dubon. And batting ninth and doing the catching is Martin Maldonado. And they're going to be facing the reigning Cy Young Award winner, the free agent signing of the offseason, Robbie Ray, who takes to the hill for the Mariners with an 8-7 record. He has given up 100 hits, 53 runs, 52 of which have been earned. He has allowed 38 walks and struck out 136. He's got an ERA of 3.90, and that has been in 120 innings pitched for the Mariners, and he will take tonight for them. So those are your starting lineups. This game is about to begin in about 4 minutes' time, and we'll be right back with all the calls in just a couple minutes after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you over to his channel as he's a supporter of ours and we support Steve.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name. And I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a moment with the call after this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, Dave, and be sure to head over to Zero Fox Sports and the Game Changer Lounge. Let them know Last Raps Baseball sent you. They'll put you in for a free mystery pack of cards for the month of July. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this with all the calls. Seattle versus Houston to get going in just a few minutes. lineup cards have been exchanged, and the Houston Astros are about ready to take the field as Justin Verlander takes to the hill to face the Seattle Mariners. It's a different look lineup for the Mariners tonight, as they will be facing Verlander, as the entire outfield that was in the starting lineup last Saturday is completely different. It'll be Jesse Winker in the left, Kyle Lewis is in right, Julio Rodriguez is in center. It was Dylan Moore and Sam Haggerty, and it was Winker for a bit, but he hurt himself and had to come out of the game in the last weekend as he faced Verlander originally, and that is going to be a little bit different look. There are a couple other hitters in the lineup that are also different from that game, and so Verlander will be tested here tonight by a slightly different look Seattle lineup. Verlander, as we said, is 13-3 on the season. He's up in the offensive or the pitching categories in pretty much every major one. He's a little bit behind in the strikeout category. He doesn't have the plus strikeouts like he used to have, so probably the Triple Crown might be out of it, but he's got a good chance to get the league wins and the league ERA as well to possibly be able to propel him to the top spot. So Julio Rodriguez, Ty France, and Carlos Santana will get things going here in the top of the first inning. Julio Rodriguez missed that weekend series as he was coming off the All-Star game. He had a bit of a nagging issue with his wrist, as it was prior to the All-Star game. And keep your eyes on that one. Makes you wonder if his wrist might be a bit of an issue if it was the All-Star game or the home runs that were creating some havoc for him. It certainly was something that set the Blue Jay slugger Vladimir Guerrero Jr. back a little bit last year, as he had some issues with his wrist as well. So J-Rod, Ty France, and Santana to get things going. The umpires for tonight's game, behind home plate, it'll be Nick Lentz. It'll be Nestor Sea working at first base. Ted Barrett will be holding down second base. Lance Barksdale has got in the rocking chair as he's got third base this evening. And those are the umpires for tonight. It is a beautiful day in Houston, but it's a perfect weather conditions in Minute Maid Park, as it is 72 degrees. The roof is closed. They'll be ready to get things going here in Houston in just a moment as Verlander has completed his warm-up tosses. He features a fastball, curveball, changeup, slider, 4 different pitches that Verlander brings to the table. And he is very effective. He can throw all of those pitches for strikes at any time of the count when he wants. So here we go. This one's ready to get underway as Verlander has completed his tosses and Julio Rodriguez steps to the plate. For Rodriguez on the season, he's batting .272. He's got 18 homers and 56 runs batted in. He waggles the bat, waiting on the first offering from Verlander, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to short. It's backhanded by Pena across the diamond, and it's not in time. I'm not sure if it was going to be an infield hit or if it was an error that took the first baseman Gurriel off the base, but Julio Rodriguez can really get down the line, and he was flying. We're going to see what the official scorer has that as he had to go into the 6-hole to make the play, but he really sat back on his heels and took his time across the diamond as that throw was to the outfield side of first base. We'll see what the scorer has to say, but regardless, Rodriguez is aboard to begin the ball game. That's going to bring up Ty France. For France on the season, he's batting .310. He's got 13 homers and 52 RBIs. Arguably been the most consistent hitter all season long for the Mariners. He's got a very open stance waiting on the first offering from Verlander, which is a fastball taken for a ball upstairs, and the count is 1-0. We're still waiting on that scoring decision on the infield ball that was put in play by Julio Rodriguez to start the ball game. And Verlander throws over to first base, and diving back in time is J-Rod. There is concerns about J-Rod. He's got 21 stolen bases this year. He's only been cut 5 times. If he wasn't missing a few ball games, there's a chance he could be a 30-30 player. There's a fastball that swung on. This ball is lifted to deep right field. Drifting back onto the warning track is Kyle Tucker. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire France for the first out of the inning, and the official scoring has come in. That was ruled base hit by Julio Rodriguez. No error charged to Jeremy Pena. So that brings up the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. Santana is batting .203. He's got 9 homers and 33 runs batted in. Those numbers are combined with his time with the Kansas City Royals, and of course, since the acquisition by the Seattle Mariners. Santana, the switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Verlander. Gets himself dug in, and now he's ready to face the righty. He has a slightly open stance. He's familiar with Verlander. Of course, they played against each other for years. Santana was with the Cleveland Indian organization, and then he was, after in between with the Phillies, he spent some time with the Royals and back with the Indians again. So that first pitch was a fastball that missed upstairs. The count's 1-0 on Santana. Verlander holds at the belt, and he fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Rodriguez. Verlander wasted no time in his last start against the Mariners. He went right after them. In fact, he was getting better as the game went on. He dialed it up to 99 miles an hour late in the ball game, hit that number 4 times last Saturday. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on. It is lifted to the left side of the infield. Moving over on it is Alec Bregman, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Santana for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. So the Mariners are wasting no time swinging at Verlander. They're going right after him as quickly as they can. There's only 5 pitches so far here in the inning. There's a runner on first and 2 away as Suarez steps to the plate. Suarez on the season's batting .221. He's got 16 homers and 51 runs batted in. Verlander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Suarez. Suarez was an off-season acquisition from the Cincinnati Reds along with Jesse Winker. This will be the 100th game of the season for Suarez. He fell one shy of 50 home runs a few years ago, and he's got a lot of pop in the stick, and he's already got the 16 homers this year for Seattle. He'd have to pick up the pace a little bit, but he's got an outside chance to reach 30. His last 2 months is going to have to be better. He did start slowly with the Mariners. He was batting about $150, it seemed like forever, through the months of April and May, and he's really picked it up. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Suarez. Suarez originally went to Cincinnati on a trade with the Detroit Tigers, where the Tigers got a pitcher, Alfredo Simon, in return. Suarez ended up getting up to the big leagues and making a name for himself in Cincinnati. So 1-1 strike. Verlander delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-1 to Suarez. A little bit surprised that Julio Rodriguez hasn't been put in motion to get him over into scoring position. Challenge the Astros battery of Verlander and Maldonado. They do have 3 fielders positioned to the left side of the infield as Jose Altuve is to the left field side. There goes Rodriguez. The throw down to second base is in time, and Rodriguez is gone as Martin Maldonado celebrates on his way back to the dugout. That is going to be a caught stealing 2-4 in the books for out number 3. So for the Mariners in their half of the first inning, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through a half inning. It is the Seattle Mariners nothing, the Houston Astros coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the first. In just a couple moments, we got our friend Quaffs in the house, and we're glad you are with us. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos. We have Star Wars. We have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. We'll be back in just a moment with the bottom of the first inning. Nothing for the Mariners. Astros coming to bat. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It's the bottom of the first inning, and Robbie Ray delivers a first pitch breaking ball down to Jose Altuve for a ball, and the count is 1-0. It's Altuve, Gurriel, and Yordan Alvarez to face the left-hander Ray. For Altuve on the year, he's hitting .272. He's got 19 homers and 36 runs batted in. He swings at a breaking ball and pops it up to the left side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is Suarez, and he makes the catch for out number one as Altuve has gone here on two pitches. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yulieski Gurriel. For Gurriel on the season, he's hitting .238. He's got 7 homers and 27 runs batted in. He gets the spot in the 2-hole today, a little bit higher up than when we've seen him over the last couple of weeks. He's been batting a little bit down in the batting order without Michael Brantley nestled in there. Gives him an opportunity to hit a little bit up in the order and in front of Yordan Alvarez as he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Gurriel batting from the right side against the left-handed slants of Ray. He rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So we have the reigning Cy Young Award winner against a multiple-time Cy Young Award winner for the Houston Astros in Justin Verlander. It looks like Verlander wants to put another one on his mantle this year. Here's the pitch from Ray. It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Ray likes to work quickly as he gets the sign from his catcher, Raleigh, and he wastes no time as he delivers a fastball that swung on and fouled away. And now the count runs to 2-2. Yulieski Gurriel is not having the season that he had last year. He has won a batting title, and that would have been in 2021, and his numbers are almost 80 points off of last year's pace. He did win a Gold Glove as well last year. That was his first in the big leagues. And there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Gurriel is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. For Alvarez on the season, he's batting .309. He's got 29 homers to go with 67 runs batted in. This is the first time in his career he was an All-Star. He was the Rookie of the Year award winner back in 2019. Very important part of this Astros ball club. And here comes the first offering from Ray. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. They have re-upped Alvarez. He's going to be a big part of the Astros' future and present. Here, his contract is only $764,000, one of the best in baseball. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. After this season, it'll be a 6-year deal, and it's a contract that progressively increases over time. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Next year, he'll make just shy of $8 million at 7.83. And then he'll be at 10.83, 15.83, and then the last 3 years of his contract, as it's rear loaded at 26.83 per season. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now is 3-1 on Alvarez. So he has got himself some paychecks that are coming his way for sure. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the big slugging left-handed stick. And here comes the pitch from Robbie Ray. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball at 95. Catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. Seen Alvarez a couple of times when we called the Yankees earlier this year, and he had put some major charges into pitches. And here's the pitch from Ray. It is a fastball swung on. It is fouled off of Alvarez, got him in the shin guard on the right leg. He's going to have to readjust the protection and get himself ready to go again. He was fortunate. It was right at the top of the shin guard, but still, no matter what, it's still going to hurt. Just lessens the blow. We saw last night Corey Seager foul a pitch off his leg prior to hitting that double, and then he had to come out of the ballgame. There's a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul over the third base dugout, and the count remains at 3-2 strikes. If you're going to pitch to Alvarez, this is the time to do it. They've got nobody on, nobody to pound in. Alex Bregman is waiting his turn on deck. So Ray rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Again over the third base dugout, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3-2 strikes. Just a couple of programming notes. We're going to be back on for the Japanese contest a little later on tonight. So hopefully you can join us for that one. Here comes the 3-2 offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. Alvarez is aboard with a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Alex Bregman. For Bregman on the season, he's batting .241. He's got 13 homers and 52 runs batted in. The diminutive right-handed hitting third baseman has had a bit of a rough patch in terms of his batting average. Even last year, he was struggling a little bit. There's a lot left in this particular player. He was the second overall pick back in the 2015 draft out of LSU. Here's the pitch from Ray. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Bregman is a two-time All-Star, but his numbers drifting off in 2020 when he only hit .242. Last year, he raised his average to .270. The power numbers have lagged behind that 40 home run year that he had back in 2019. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that gets away from the catcher, Raleigh. It's going to be a wild pitch, and Yordan Alvarez is going to advance into scoring position as he's now over at second base. It's going to even the count at 1-1 to Bregman. So 1-1 strike. Bregman gets himself dug in. Ray ready to go back at the right-handed hitter, and here he delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner. The count now is 1-2 to Bregman. Not sure that Bregman really liked that call, but the K-zone, it looked like that was the upper limit. Home plate umpire Nick Lentz said so, so it must be so. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Ray kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses up and away, and the count is now 2-2. Really good discipline there by Bregman to lay off that pitch. The one before panted the corner belt high on the outside part of the plate. And then that pitch there was probably a good 3-4 inches off the plate, trying to entice him to fish after it, but he was able to not take the bait. So 2-2 strikes. As Robbie Ray does a circle of the mound before he gets back on the top of the rubber. Now he's ready to go. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. Robbie Ray has already thrown 21 pitches here in the inning. It was a 9-pitch battle against Yordan Alvarez before he earned himself a base on balls. This is going to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat to Alex Bregman. So here comes the 2-2. As Ray comes set, and he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled off into the feet of Alex Bregman, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Robbie Ray ready to go at it again. Comes set at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Still keeps the count at 2-2. This is going to be pitch number 8 of the at-bat coming up. So far, of the 23 pitches thrown, Robbie Ray has thrown 14 for strikes. So here comes the 2-2 all over again. As Ray holds at the belt, he checks the runner, checks Alvarez again, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-2 to Bregman. They are playing Bregman to the left side of the infield. They've got Suarez, Crawford, and Frazier all to the left field side of second base. Ray holds at the belt, and now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side of home plate, and the count remains at 3-2. This is going to be pitch number 10 of the at-bat. So 19 pitches to Alvarez and Bregman so far here in the first inning. Both of these hitters in the middle part of the order have made the veteran left-hander work. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded on one hop over to the second baseman, Frazier. He throws to first, and that is going to do it, as Bregman is retired on a ground out 4-3 for out number 3. So for the Astros in their half of the first inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are through 1 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners nothing, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few with all the calls after this. We appreciate you guys for checking in. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. Whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, or Saturday morning cartoons, he's got something for everybody. We'll be right back, everybody, after this with the call of the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is Eugenio Suarez, J.P. Crawford, and Kyle Lewis come to bat to face Justin Verlander. The first pitch that was delivered to Suarez was a fastball upstairs, and now he's taking a breaking ball across for called strike, and the count is 1-1. Suarez was up to bat when Julio Rodriguez was thrown out trying to steal second back in the first inning. So he starts this with a fresh count, as here's the 1-1 offering from Verlander. That is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2. For Suarez on the season, he's hitting .231. He's got 16 homers to go with 51 runs batted in. Verlander gets himself a rosin bag, and he's ready to go back here again to face the right-handed hitting Suarez. gets the sign from Maldonado, and he rocks into the windup. And he kicks and fires. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field. Drifting over is the center fielder Mauricio Dubon, and he makes the catch. Suarez is gone for out number 1 here in the second inning. It's going to bring up the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. For Crawford on the season, he's batting .270. He's got 5 homers and 26 runs batted in. But he's played some spectacular defense. He really got going hot to begin the season and was carrying the Mariners for as best he could. Mariners did struggle out of the gate. But his bat, along with Ty France, they were 1A and 1B in terms of their strength. There was a fastball that misses outside to Crawford and counts 1-0. But he has cooled off significantly, though he has hit safely in 16 of his last 19. As Verlander gets the sign from Maldonado when he rocks into the motion and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Crawford. Crawford's defensive play at shortstop has been a real rock for the Mariners. Strength of this team is up the middle. There's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted into shallow left field. Camping out underneath it is the left fielder Alamedes Diaz, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Crawford for the second out of the inning, so 2 up and 2 away. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Kyle Lewis. For Lewis on the season, he's batting only .207. He's got a couple homers and 4 RBIs. It's good to see this fella back in the lineup. Really, since he won his Rookie of the Year, he has been maligned with injuries. There was a lot of hope for Lewis, even in the minor leagues. He is a special bat, or at least the Mariners believe he's a special bat at the big league level. The first pitch from Verlander is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. It's playable. It's in foul territory. And Yulieski Gurriel's underneath. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it for the third out of the inning. So the Mariners go quietly in their half of the second. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 1.5. It is the Seattle Mariners nothing, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We got our friend Steve Rademacher here again to talk to you guys about his channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is going to be Kyle Tucker, Jeremy Pena, and Alamedes Diaz to come up to face the starter for the Mariners, Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray sure got worked over by the last 2 hitters he faced in the bottom of the first inning. Jordan Alvarez took him to 9 pitches in his at-bat, and Alec Bregman took him to 10 pitches in his at-bat, so 19 pitches just to those 2 batters. The first pitch delivered to Kyle Tucker is a breaking ball that misses down and away for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 26 pitches and 19 to those 2 hitters in that first inning. And Here's the 1-0 offering from Ray. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. When Kyle Tucker and Jose Altuve have welcomed Robbie Ray to the yard, they have owned him literally. They're both hitting close to 600 off the lefty. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to first. It is fielded by the first baseman, Ty France. He flips an underhand to Ray covering. It's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for out number 1, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. For Pena, he's batting .262. He's got 15 homers and 37 runs batted in. In all fairness, the Houston Astros really haven't missed a beat. With Jeremy Pena in the lineup this year, his home runs is second among American League rookies. I say that because Carlos Correa, for the money that they are paying him to play in Minnesota, and the money that the Houston Astros are not having to pay Pena, it's a huge savings, and he's giving them production that would be somewhat similar. Maybe better defensively and maybe not as good offensively. And there's the first pitch breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Quaff says he just need the under 8.5. I take it at 8.5 would be in this game. And here's the 0-1 pitch. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. He says the Royals have just scored 5 runs on 2 outs. We haven't taken a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard yet. We'll wait till we get through the 3rd or 4th innings to start catching up on some of the scores. I know there's some games that began a little bit before this one. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. If I'm not mistaken, it was Nestor Cortez was going today for the Yankees as the Royals are in New York to play them. They got walked off last night, unfortunately. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and that is going to run the count now. Or check that, it was fouled away by Pena. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch was caught by the catcher, but no cigar for that one. There comes the 1-2 net offering now. As he kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. Our friend Quaff says he's got under 8.5 in the Pirate-Philly game. We've got Jason VT in the house here. He says the Mariners are playing some solid baseball. They sure have, except they lost the 3-game series on the weekend, last weekend, to the Astros at home, and they've already dropped the first one in this series in Houston. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now is full to Pena. It's the 3rd of 6 batters that Ray has gone to full count with. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Pena is gone on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning, so 2 up and 2 away. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Alamides Diaz. So, yes, they have been playing good, and they've been playing entertaining baseball. Even the players that have filled in the outfield with Sam Haggerty, Dylan Moore, even Adam Frazier filling in, done an admirable job for the regulars who were missing. There's a first pitch fastball from Robbie Ray that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Quaffs asked the question. He says, any thoughts about the Rockies plus 2.5 tonight? We got the Dodgers again, I do believe, or there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Diaz. I haven't looked in on any of the scores or even checked out some of that stuff for later on. So if I gave you an answer, I'd be kind of flying blindly on it. I do take a quick peek, and I know that in that ball game tonight, it's the Rockies and the Dodgers. Cool is going for the Rockies. As there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Diaz. Ray back to work, and he delivers a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-1. Ray sure doesn't waste time with nobody on base. Our friend Jason asked the question, would the Mariners make a big deal to stay on in playoff contention? It's a good question. I think that on the pitching side, I think they're set. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. This ball's trouble. If it stays fair, it's going to be gone. And this ball is gone. A home run for Alamedes Diaz. A solo shot here with 2 out in the second inning. And he has put Houston on the board 1-0. That ball there, we had to wait to see if he was able to stay inside it, so it wouldn't hook foul, and it does stay to the right of the left field foul pole. That is a home run for Diaz. That's going to be his 7th of the year. He estimated that was just over 400 feet. So 1-0 for the Mariners. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Mauricio Dubon. So back to Jason VT, Sports Guy's question about the Mariners making a big deal to stay in playoff contention. If anything, I think the Mariners could probably use some more help in the bullpen, as there's a first pitch breaking ball from Ray swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. You can never have too much bullpen help, but I think they're pretty comfortable with the likes of Robbie Ray and Logan Gilbert, Marco Gonzalez, and even Kirby going into the playoffs. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats on the first base side. The count is 0-2. I also think, as far as the outfield is concerned, when Haniger is healthy, Lewis and Rodriguez and Jesse Winker, they can all manage those spots, can rotate around. That's not that much of an issue. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at 0-2 to Dubon. I think if anything might be a question position-wise, second base might be the issue. They really haven't got from Adam Frazier what they want. Abraham Toro has been just okay. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2 Dubon. So, but that would be a position with Suarez and Crawford holding down the left side of the infield. Ty France has pretty much been their MVP offensively this year, even maybe slightly ahead of J-Rod at this point, just because he's been healthy and he's been consistent from the get-go. So here comes the 0-2 offering to Dubon as Ray delivers, and it is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2. But I would say probably that would have to be what I would have to say, that they probably would think about second base or maybe the bullpen. As far as J-Rod bringing a lot of energy, absolutely he is. J-Rod is, just as an example in this game here to lead it off, how he was able to beat out an infield single on the backhand side to the shortstop in the 6 hole. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Dubon. So certainly not an easy first couple innings for Robbie Ray. We're already up to 47 pitches. He has had to work through these Houston hitters. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the offering from Ray. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away again, and the count is 1-2. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Dubon. The Astros hitters have been able to battle and battle and battle against the starter Robbie Ray. And now Ray rocks into the windup, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, and it's going to get down just past the outstretched arm of Adam Frazier, and that is going to be a 2-out single for Dubon, and that's going to bring up the catcher Martin Maldonado. So Dubon extends the inning with that bleeder just over the outstretched arm of the second baseman Frazier. And Maldonado steps to the dish. Maldonado is one of those players. He's batting 170 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 30 RBIs. It seems like every time we watch him play, he always has himself a solid ball game. Here's the first offering from Robbie Ray. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. Defensively, Maldonado is generally pretty much a rock. I would have to think, though, that if the Astros were making an upgrade, they're going to have to do it behind the plate. But I don't think they're prepared to do it this season. I think that would be a move that more than likely you would probably see the Astros do after the season is done. I say that often, that you don't see a lot of catchers traded mid-year. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Going back on it is Frazier. He's going to reach back, and he makes the catch. That is going to do it for the Astros in their half of the inning. So they got a run on the home run by Alamides Diaz. There was 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 2 complete innings. It is the Houston Astros 1, the Seattle Mariners nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 3rd inning. Just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could stop in and check it out. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt. We'll be back in just a few with the call at the top of the 3rd inning. Hang tight, everybody. 1-0 Astros. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top half of the 3rd inning. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for the Mariners. That means Cal Raleigh, Jesse Winker, and Adam Frazier to face the right-hander Justin Verlander. Verlander has only delivered 17 pitches through his first 2 innings of work. Robbie Ray has already gone above 50. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1 to Cal Raleigh. For Raleigh on the season, he's batting .211 with 14 homers and 37 runs batted in. He is hitting right now from the left side against the right-handed throwing Verlander, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. A couple of switch hitters in the lineup tonight for the Mariners as they do feature Carlos Santana and Cal Raleigh. They do have Raleigh played around to the right side as Jeremy Pena is in the right field side of second base. Our friend Quaffs really likes that gunpowder tea music. Hopefully you were able to find that earlier. The fastball is delivered to Raleigh that misses upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Raleigh. To say if you've gone with Houston in this game, I think that Verlander is going to be around for a while. His pitches count is low, and as he delivers a breaking ball that Raleigh swings and misses at, and he is retired for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Jesse Winker. That's the first strikeout of the ball game for Verlander. All the other outs have been put in play or the caught stealing of J-Rod back in the first inning. So Jesse Winker steps to the plate. He's hitting .223. He's got 8 homers and 35 runs batted in. He struggled a little bit recently with some injury. He rolled his ankle earlier in the week, had to come out of the game in the 4th inning. Against Texas, there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. We also would expect that this is going to be a quick ball game. These two clubs going head-to-head. The two pitchers, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in hard on it is the left fielder, Diaz, and he's going to make the catch. He's going to retire Winker for the second out of the inning. He's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Adam Frazier. So far, 5 of the 8 batters in tonight's game for the Mariners have seen 2 pitches or less from Verlander. They put the ball in play on either the first or the second pitch of the at-bat. So here's Frazier to the plate. Verlander gets his sign from Maldonado. He rocks into the motion, and there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Frazier has quietly brought his batting average up to 240. He's got 3 homers and 24 runs batted in. Last season, when he was acquired in a trade by the Padres, he never really gave the Padres what they were looking for, as a breaking ball misses down and the count's 2-0. But in some ways, the same thing can be said for the Mariners. I think the weak spot for them right now is second base. They have had Abraham Toro play the position. They put Frazier in the outfield last week when some of the regulars were down, and there was a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Frazier. He played very well with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but sometimes you also see players when they go to certain ballparks. The ballpark effect does have its challenges for some hitters depending where they play. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now 3-1. The top of the order, Julio Rodriguez waits his turn on deck. So Verlander gets his sign from Maldonado. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and that's going to be ball 4. As Frazier's got himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. For Rodriguez on the season, he's hitting .272. He's got 18 homers and 56 runs batted in. He singled his first time up. Actually, that raised his average to .274. But he was caught stealing. It was only the 6th time this year. And he was caught stealing in 27 attempts. So Rodriguez digs in on the right side. Waiting on the offering now from Verlander. Verlander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Rodriguez. Rodriguez reached base his first time up on a ground ball to the deep 6-hole. Jeremy Pena backhanded it and probably took a little bit too much time, as the speedy Rodriguez was able to beat it out. As they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Frazier. Got to keep an eye on Frazier. He's only got 5 stolen bases this year, but he can run a little bit. One wouldn't be surprised here that try to get him into scoring position to see if they can get themselves an opportunity to score a run here. If not, then you've got the leadoff hitter coming up next inning. As again, Verlander throws over, and again diving back is Frazier. So Verlander leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Maldonado. Now he comes set to the belt. He kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and away. The count goes even to 1-1 on J-Rod. When you look at Julio Rodriguez, just the way that he carries himself, he doesn't look like a rookie. He has a swagger to him as if he's been a veteran in the league for 10 years, and a quiet confidence at the plate. And here comes the 1-1 offering now from Verlander, and now Maldonado has called time, and we're going to cycle through these signs again. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And Verlander kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, swung on it, missed. And the count goes to 1-2. If you're new to our channel, we thank you for stopping in. Be sure to check out the video we posted of Verlander this week of him and his pitch in the bullpen. We have a whole pile of them, but we've done it as a lot of people like to come in and look at slow motion pitching mechanics. And that is one that we posted there. We'll give them one from the windup a little bit later. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-2. Don't usually provide the breakdowns on it. There's all kinds of people out there that will offer their opinion. I have my opinion on Verlander. He's pretty darn good. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Rodriguez waggles the bat, and Verlander comes set at the belt. He kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Battling it underneath the roof is the center fielder Dubon, and he makes the catch, and J-Rod is retired for the third out of the inning. So for the Mariners in their half of the inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left the board. We're now through 2.5. It is the Houston Astros 1, the Seattle Mariners no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you all for stopping by. Here is our friend Steve again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's the bottom of the third inning and the top of the order coming up for the Astros. It'll be Altuve, Gurriel, and Alvarez to face Robbie Ray. The first pitch was a breaking ball that missed down to Altuve for ball one, and the count is 1-0. As Ray goes back to work, he delivers a fastball that evens the count at 1, and the count goes to 1-1. Altuve tonight is 0 for 1. He popped to the third baseman his first time up, as Ray delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now the count goes to 1-2. Each of the first two innings, Robbie Ray has done a good job of retiring the first two hitters, but it's been after he has retired the first two where the problems have come in for the left-hander as he misses outside with a fastball for a ball, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. After he retired the first 2 outs of the first inning, it took him 19 pitches to get rid of Alvarez and Bregman. He walked Alvarez, and then Bregman eventually grounded out. And after retiring the first 2 batters of the second inning, he gave up a home run to Alamedes Diaz. And then he singled to Dubon before he retired Martin Maldonado. So there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs full to Altuve. Of the 10 batters that have come to the plate, 4 hitters he has had to go to full count on. And here's the 3-2 to Altuve. It's a fastball that misses up and away. That's going to be ball 4. Altuve's got himself a leadoff walk here to start the third inning. He's going to bring up the first baseman, Yulieski Gurriel. For Gurriel, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He's batting at .238 on the season with, check that, .237 on the season with 7 homers and 27 runs batted in. Mentioned before, he was the American League batting champion last year, and he's hitting almost 80 points lower, or just over 80 points lower now. There's a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Gurriel. Ray ready to go back at it again. He gets the sign from his catcher. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 0-2 to Gurriel. Robbie Ray, they need a good start from Ray. We're not sure, based on what we've witnessed here, he's going to make it much past the fifth inning. This is going to be pitch number 60 of the ball game. As he kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on, is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It is fielded by Lewis. Stopping at second is Altuve as the throw comes back in. So Gurriel has himself a single that puts runners at first and second. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. It was a good piece of hitting there by Gurriel. It was a fastball on the outside part of the plate. He kept his hands inside the ball. They were giving him the whole right side, with Ty France holding the runner at first, and the second baseman, Frazier, moved over almost the left field side of second base. That allowed the hitter, Gurriel, to punch it through the right side for the base hit. So Alvarez steps to the plate. He walked his first time up. It was a marathon battle against the lefty Ray. He took him to 9 pitches. Anytime you can get 8 pitches or more in a bat, they generally consider that a quality at bat. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. Rounding third and heading home is Altuve. They throw back into second base. And Gurriel is back safely, but Adam Frazier is already asking for the review, so we're going to see if the Mariners are going to take a look at this one. But that's going to be a single and an RBI. It's going to increase the Astros' lead to 2-0. Another good piece of hitting by the Astros, just staying inside the ball, going the other way, taking advantage of the shift, which was 3 fielders to the right side. Altuve able to go from second to home. So that is going to be Gurriel at second. We're going to see if they are reviewing. Frazier was calling for it. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Alec Bregman. So no review necessary as the runner Gurriel was safe at second. First pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Bregman. Bregman tonight grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Bregman batting from the right side with nobody out and runners at first and second. Here's the pitch from Robbie Ray. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Bregman. This is not how the Mariners envision this one, as Bregman does the inside move to chase Gurriel back to second base. We looked at the pitching matchups today around Major League Baseball. We figured this one would be one of the better matchups, but Robbie Ray has not delivered on his part yet. Here comes the offering to Bregman. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Kyle Tucker waits his turn on deck. Ray leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Rowley. Checks the runner at second. And now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that evens the count now at 2-2 to Bregman. I remember seeing Bregman when he first broke into the league, and one of the things that stood out for me was I knew he was small, but boy, he looks a lot smaller in person. I've seen him many times in Seattle when the Mariners have been in town. He is a diminutive ball player, but much like his teammate Jose Altuve, he's got the ability to play every day. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is ripped to deep left center field. It's going to get down. It's in the gap. That's going to score 1 run. Rounding second and heading to third is Alvarez. Rounding third and heading home. And he's going to score as well, all the way from first base, as Alec Bregman has got himself a double, and he's knocked in a pair of runs here. And so far, the Astros have put up a crooked number in this third inning. That is 3 across the board, and that's extending their lead to 4-0. over the Seattle Mariners. They've really had their way with the Mariners over the last couple of weeks. The 3-game sweep in Seattle, and now they're off in front here in game number 2. The only thing that has stood in the win streak way of the Mariners have been the Astros. So both of the runners cross the plate. Yordan Alvarez, surprisingly, running fairly well for the big man, as there is a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Kyle Tucker that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike, and this is all with nobody out. So Tucker grounded to the first baseman his first time up. Here's the offering from Murray. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and now the count goes to 0-2. We have a lineup that's loaded with right-handed hitters tonight to the Houston Astros, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. There's no surprise about that when you've got Robbie Ray on the mound. The only surprise that we have here is it's a 4-0 lead already in the 3rd inning. So Ray kicks and delivers. Instead, he does the inside move and chases Alex Bregman back to second base. We got the hobbyist in the house here tonight. We welcome him in. He's been bouncing in and out. We've got a 4-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Astros have just pumped 3 on the board against Robbie Ray. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Tucker. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that's taken for a called 3rd strike. Tucker stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1 here in the 3rd inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. For Pena tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He's hitting .261 on the season. So Pena steps to the plate. Gets himself dug in, ready on the first offering from Robbie Ray. 70 pitches already for the Mariner left-hander. He holds at the belt, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Pena will be followed by Alamides Diaz, who kicked off the scoring in the last inning with a solo shot. So Pena waggles the bat. Now he's ready on the offering here from Robbie Ray. Ray checks the runner at second, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we say, we do appreciate everybody who does come in and check out our games. As the hobbyist has joined us as well. We are going to be doing the NPB game a little later tonight. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count now goes to 2-1. So if you're still awake for some late night baseball action from Japan, Last Raps Baseball has you covered. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the offering. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2 to Pena. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robbie Ray has some nasty stuff. Just really hadn't been able to put away the hitters. You can feel for him a little bit here. Even if you're not a Mariner fan, there's a fastball swung on. This ball's driven foul down the right field line. It's just going to slice right of the foul pole and into the seats. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. You can see why that on his day, Robbie Ray can be very tough to hit. He's got some ability to mix his pitches. He's just struggled hitting his spots tonight. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Pena bats here with 1 out and a runner on second, and 3 runs already across the board in this inning for an Astro 4-0 lead. Ray checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 3-2 on Pena. So they've faced 16 hitters so far tonight, has Robbie Ray, and he's gone to full count on 5 of the hitters, so almost a third of the hitters he's been to 3-2 on. So here comes the payoff pitch to Pena. He holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4 as Pena has got himself a walk. It's going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Alamedes Diaz, who's already homered in this one. So for Diaz tonight, he is 1 for 1. He hit that home run back in the second inning to get the scoring going for the Houston Astros. Measured at 401 feet, just above the stands in left field. So the runner at second is Bregman. The runner at first is Pena. As they had a conference on the mound, and that is now over as Robbie Ray is ready to go back to work. You can see he's a little bit frustrated with himself. This is going to be the 78th pitch of the ball game. One would have to think that they try to squeeze another inning out of him to take a little bit of pressure off the bullpen. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Diaz. Diaz with that homer has raised his season average up to 235. Here's the offering from the left-hander Ray. It's a fastball swung on his line to left field. Racing back on it is Lewis. He makes the catch over the shoulder. Tagging at second and heading to third is Bregman, as he's going to advance on that fly ball out. As Alamedes Diaz is gone for out number 2, and that is going to put runners on the corners. That's going to bring up Mauricio Dubon to the plate. That's one of the benefits right there of Kyle Lewis playing in the outfield. Sometimes I forget exactly how tall Lewis is. Lewis is listed 4 and 222. That was maybe somebody else out there. They may not make that grab. He's got range. He's got size. He may not have the speed after that knee operation that he once had. So that brings up the center fielder Mauricio Dubon to the plate, who takes a fastball down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Dubon tonight is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. He's got his season average up to 217. Waggles the bat. He's ready on the offering here from the left-hander Robbie Ray. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses inside. The count goes even to 1-1. You've had Dubon before. He is one of a few players that were born in Honduras playing in Major League Baseball. Only 2 players in the history of game. Dubon is one, and the other was Gerald Young. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count now goes to 2-1. For Dubon, he is in his career. He began his career with the Milwaukee Brewers organization at the big league level. He was shipped to the Giants, and he spent 4 years of his career in San Francisco. This is the first time he's been in a Houston uniform. He was predominantly a middle infielder in the early parts of his career, playing both second base and shortstop. Here's the pitch. It comes inside. It misses in for 3-1. But Dubon playing with the Houston Astros this year. He's played short. He's played center. He's played second. He's also played left and right. Used as a pinch hitter as well. There is action in the Mariner bullpen. It looks like it's Penn Murphy up and throwing, one of the better baseball names. There's a breaking ball that misses down. That's going to be ball 4 to Dubon, as he is aboard with a walk, and that's going to load the bases. And that's going to bring up Martin Maldonado to the plate. And it looks like it's going to bring Scott Service out of the Mariners dugout, as he has seen enough of Robbie Ray tonight. So the Mariners are going to go to the bullpen. It's going to be Penn Murphy who's coming in to replace Robbie Ray. He just doesn't have it tonight. The score 4-0, and the Astros threatening. Robbie Ray on 84 pitches. His night is over. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody. With the call of this one, we appreciate you all being here. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher. Check him out.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We have a pitching change in Houston. We'll be back in just a couple moments, guys. It'll be Penn Murphy coming in out of the bullpen. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a tough situation for Penn Murphy. He is coming on in relief of Robbie Ray. He's got the bases loaded here in the bottom of the third inning. Astros are looking for more. They've already put 3 runs on the board in the inning, and he is on in relief. 4-0, the Astros lead it. For Murphy on the season, he's got a record of 1-0. He has appeared in 39 games. He's actually got one start. He's worked 42 innings, allowed 23 hits, 11 runs, all earned. The first offering to Martin Maldonado is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Murphy is a bit of a sidewinder. He's low, really low 3/4. He can be tough on right-handed hitters. This order has a bunch of them in here tonight as they were ready to face that lefty Robbie Ray. So here comes the 0-1 pitch from Murphy. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The appeal down to the first base umpire, and Esther Sahea, and he says no, that Maldonado didn't go, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The runner at third is Bregman. The runner at second is Pena. The runner at first is Dubon. As Murphy gets his sign from his catcher, Raleigh, he comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Martin Maldonado. It's a pretty healthy Friday night crowd in Houston for this one here. As Maldonado gets himself set back in the batter's box, he's ready to face the offering here from Murphy. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murphy holds at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses way outside. The count is now 2-2. Team Maldonado is a rock for this Houston Ball Club behind the plate. Puerto Rican native had broken in with the Milwaukee Brewers, and he bounced around a little bit, and then he settled in Houston over the last few years. He's not a young fella. He's 35 years old. Waiting on the offering now here from Murphy, and now time has been called. As Maldonado steps out. Maldonado did win a Gold Glove with the Angels back in 2017. One of the things I remember about Maldonado was when he played with Milwaukee, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Oakland. There was a bench-clearing brawl incident, and Maldonado laid somebody out in the brawl. If you can go and do a search out on YouTube, maybe you can find it. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is tapped over to first, taken on one hop by Ty France. He's going to go over and step on the bag, and that is going to do it here for the Astros in their half of the third inning, but there's been damage done and lots of it. There were 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. We're now through 3 complete innings in Houston. It is the Houston Astros 4, the Seattle Mariners nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for this one in just a few. Glad you guys could be here with us tonight. Hang tight, everybody. Glad you're here.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Mariners coming up to bat against Justin Verlander. It'll be Ty France, Carlos Santana, and Eugenio Suarez. Always kind of curious to see how a long wait in the dugout is going to affect the right-hander like Verlander, as it was quite a long inning there with the pitching change and a full 9 hitters coming to bat. There's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to France. France tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field his first time up. His average has dipped to 309 on the season. He's got those 13 homers and 52 runs batted in. And here comes Verlander ready to go to work again. He gets his sign from the catcher, and he rocks into the motion. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side of the infield. It's playable. Camping out underneath it is the first baseman, Gurriel. He makes the catch. That's going to retire France for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. For Santana tonight, he is 0 for 1. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up. Santana is batting .202 on the season now. It was acquired from Mariners from the Kansas City Royals. The Royals fire sale started a little bit first. Just come to the Mariners, he's only batted 175. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. One of the things that Santana does bring to the table is he's very good plate discipline. He walks a lot. This season here, he's got more walks than strikeouts. He's got 49 walks and 43 strikeouts. So there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. And you don't see a lot of those players around the big leagues. We've talked about that on some of our streams frequently about that's something you see back in years gone by. Joey Votto was one of those players in his younger years that would walk more than he struck out. You can also see that from Buster Posey in some years. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. One of the players this year who is we featured in that was Stephen Kwan, the left fielder for the Cleveland Guardians. Those type of players that is able to walk more than he strikes out. And those are with qualified at-bats. You think about some of those guys that are there. Juan Soto definitely fits into that category. Last year, for sure, there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Another one who's in that category right now is DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees. He's walked more than he has struck out this year. Another one that falls off our radar unless we remind ourselves of it is Yandy Diaz, the Tampa Bay Rays third baseman. Underrated, probably because he's in Tampa and playing in the shadow of some other players like Wander Franco, who gets all the hype. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled off at the feet of Santana, and the count remains at 1-2. But usually there's a handful of players, not much more than 3 or 4. In today's baseball, you think about that. Go back into yesteryear, there's one guy that pops out to my mind. It's Rich Dower, who used to play second base for the Orioles. Dower used to, I think in his career, if you go back and look at his stats, he was one of those guys who walked more than he struck out in his entire career. A changeup that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Santana. Just as Robbie Ray was over 80 pitches when his day finished off, Verlander hardly broke a sweat. He only threw 33 pitches in his first 3 innings of work. So there should be a lot left in the tank for the Houston right-hander. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's in front of the plate. Maldonado comes underneath it, and he makes the catch. That's going to retire Santana for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Not an easy play for Maldonado, and in fact, Maldonado made it more difficult than what it should have been. The pop-up was in front of the plate. He got out in front. He cleared his mask, and then he had to come back towards foul territory. And as he caught the ball in foul territory, he had to avoid the bat of the hitter, but also I thought he was going to have to avoid his own mask. Usually you tell the catchers to hang on to it until you see where the ball is and then clear it. There's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Suarez. I think Justin Verlander necessarily agreed with the call, the way that his body language was being delivered to to Nick Lenz, the home plate umpire, and there's a fastball that catches the outside corner. Now Eugenio Suarez is not exactly looking like he was believing that call. Looked like it was making up for the last one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Verlander rocks into the motion. He delivers. There's a fastball at 95 that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Now I think of other players with those qualified at-bats that have more walks than they do strikeouts. Jose Ramirez is another one. He doesn't walk a lot. He doesn't really strike out a lot, relatively speaking. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. For his 362 at-bats, he's got 42 walks and 39 strikeouts. After that, you're starting to count on that one hand. There's not too much more after that. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Suarez has gone on strikes for the third out of the inning, and Verlander is making it look easy. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 4-0 for Houston. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to give you the call after this. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you. As this is Steve Rademacher.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's going to be Jose Altuve, Yuli Gurriel, and Yordan Alvarez. As Penn Murphy had come on in relief to get Justin Verlander out of that jam in the third inning. Altuve already coming up for the third time in the 4 innings here. He is 0 for 1. He has walked and scored a run, and he has popped out to the third baseman in his 2 trips to the plate. Now the right-hander Murphy ready to deliver. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded to third. It's taken by Suarez. He throws across the diamond. It's going to retire Altuve on a ground out 5-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the first baseman Yuli Gurriel. For Gurriel tonight, he is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run his last time up, and he struck out back in the first. It's a good piece of hitting by Gurriel his last time up. We were talking about how they had the shift on for him, and he was able to go with a pitch through the 4-hole. That whole inning was actually a very impressive inning by the Astros on how they were able to manage their approach at the plate. And there's a first pitch fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Yordan Alvarez was able to single through the 6-hole as they had the shift on for him, and that is what loaded the bases. And there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded again through the right side of the infield. It's going to get past the second baseman, Frazier, who was over to the left side of second base in the shift. So yet another one tonight that has beaten the shift. That's a single for Gurriel. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. For Alvarez this season against the Mariners, he's already got 4 home runs against Seattle. He's got 14 hits in this game, or in this season as well, against the Mariners. So you got to think that the way that the Astros have played lately, the hitters have been fighting to get to the bat rack to grab themselves some lumber to face Mariner pitching. So here's the first offering from Murphy. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count's 1-0 to Alvarez. Alvarez has got his season average up to 311. He's got 29 homers and 68 runs batted in. He's hunting for his 30th homer of the year. Murphy holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0 to Alvarez. One would think they're probably going to see it at some point this weekend. Alvarez is, we said, has owned Mariner pitching. They have 3 fielders playing to the right side against him, as they did his last at bat. Last time he hit the ball to the right side of Eugenio Suarez. It was moved over close to the bag at second base. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Alex Bregman is waiting his turn on deck. When you look at this Astros order, you look to where the weaknesses may fall. And realistically speaking, there's hardly any of this. There's a changeup that misses down. That's going to be ball 4 to Alvarez. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Alex Bregman. Missing Michael Brantley in the lineup is a bit of a loss. You put him in there, and I look at the lineup, and I figure you can go 7 hitters deep. Probably the loss is in center field. You know, they've got Dubon, and they've had Chas McCormick. They've had others that have rolled out there this year. So center field probably would be the question mark offensively. It's not producing, but Everybody else can pick up that slack for sure. And so here comes Bregman to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a double and a couple RBIs. He's also grounded out to second. The runner at second is Gurriel. The runner at first is Alvarez. Murphy holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Bregman has lifted his season average up to 243. Those 2 RBIs in his last at bat. He's now got 54 on the season. It'd be great for the Astros to get him hot moving down the stretch. There's a changeup that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Bregman. Mariners are hoping that Murphy can keep them close here, as this game is, with a couple of swings of the bat or one swing of the bat, could get out of hand in a hurry. Here comes the 2-0 offering to Bregman. As he gets his sign from Rowland, he comes sent at the belt. He kicks, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined to left field. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder. They throw in. Here comes the throw. It's going to get cut off by Crawford. And scoring all the way from second base is Yulieski Gurriel. Holding at second is going to be Alvarez. It's going to be an RBI single for Bregman. That's going to increase the lead to 5-0 for the Astros here in the 4th inning. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. So Bregman hits that ball right on the screws. The left fielder for the Mariners, Jesse Winker, had to move to his left, and he took it off a 1-hop. So that brings Tucker to the plate. It's the 3rd RBI in the ballgame now for Alec Bregman. So Tucker steps to the dish, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Murphy, who kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Jeremy Pena who waits his turn on deck. You can just see it when there's certain teams, you just got their number when you play against them, and that right now is where the Astros stand against the Mariners. You just feel like they own them. And there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is Lewis. He's going to make the catch. Alvarez is going to hold at second base. That's going to retire Tucker for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. For Pena tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 2nd inning. He walked and was stranded in the 3rd. Right-handed hitting shortstop steps up to the dish, ready to face Penn Murphy for the first time. So the runner at second is Alvarez. The runner at first is Bregman. Here's the offering from Murphy. It is a breaking ball that drops in across the plate for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Pena hitting .261 on the season. Has had some fine moments in an Astro uniform this year. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted softly into center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it for out number 3 as the Astros add another one to their lead. They had 1 run in the inning on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. It is the Houston Astros 5, the Seattle Mariners nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few after this. We're glad you guys could check this one out and be with us. Here is our friend Steve again.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. All games are currently underway across all of Major League Baseball, including the late games tonight. Detroit Tigers have a 4-2 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays. That's in the bottom of the seventh at the Rogers Center. It is in the top of the ninth inning, and the Orioles in Cincinnati are all knotted up at 2. Top of the ninth, the Mets have a 6-4 lead over the Marlins. The Cardinals are beating the Nationals 6-2. That's in the bottom of the ninth. The top of the eighth inning, the Phillies and the Pirates are all tied up at 2s. Guardians have a 4-1 lead over the Rays. That's in the top of the ninth. The Brew Crew are leading the Red Sox 2-1. That's in the top of the eighth. The Diamondbacks are trailing the Braves 5-2. That is at the end of 8 innings. As we're ready to go back to action here, and the first pitch from Verlander is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It'll be J.P. Crawford, Kyle Lewis, and Cal Raleigh to face the Astros star right-hander. And here comes the offering from Verlander as he rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a changeup that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. As we continue the scores around the league, it is the White Sox are trailing the Athletics 3-1 in Chicago. The Dodgers have a 5-2 lead over the Rockies. That's in the bottom of the third inning. Games that are just underway, Rangers, Angels, Twins, Padres are all knotted up at 0s. As a breaking ball swung on, this is popped up into shallow left center field. Coming over on it is Dubon. He makes the catch. Crawford is gone for out number 1. The other game that's going on, it's in the top of the 8th inning in New York. The Royals have a 5-3 lead over the Yankees. That game is delayed right now by rain. Not sure how long they're going to have to wait that one out, but I'm sure they want to try to get that one finished tonight. So 1 gone. That's going to bring up Kyle Lewis to the plate. Lewis, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He popped to the first baseman his first time up. Here's the pitch from Verlander. It's a changeup that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Lewis. Lewis's average has slipped to 200 on the campaign. He's got a couple of homers and 4 runs batted in. And there's a fastball that catches the inside corner. It's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Cal Raleigh will bat next. The switch hitter is waiting his turn here to face Verlander. So here's the 1-1 offering now to Lewis as Verlander delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving back and at the edge of the warning track and making the catch is Dubon. And that is going to retire Lewis for out number 2, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Cal Raleigh. As we mentioned earlier in the ball game, it was in the first couple innings where you would see, actually in the first 3 innings, Verlander was able to get rid of the hitters 5 times. Out of the first 10 hitters on either the first or second pitch. That now has slowed down a little bit, but still only 3 pitches to get rid of Crawford and Lewis. Here's the first offering to Raleigh. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Gurriel knocks it down. He gets it. He flips it over to Verlander, and it is not going to be in time. Raleigh is going to beat that out. We're going to have to see where the error lies. Is it going to be E3? I would think so. Even though Gurriel recovered, he did flip it to Verlander, but then Verlander dropped the ball. It hit Gurriel in the heel. He stopped the ball, knocked it down. He recovered, underhanded it to the pitcher covering. I don't know if it would have been in time. Although, in saying that, the first base umpire, Nestor Sahaya, looked like he was ready to bang the runner out. And then he had to call him safe because Verlander had dropped the ball. I think if Verlander would have caught the ball, that would have been the final out of the inning. But now that's going to bring up the left fielder, Jesse Winker. So 54 pitches is where Verlander stands right now in the top of the 5th inning. He could have been out of the inning there. Now he's going to have to face Winker. First pitch to the Mariners. Starting left fielder is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Winker flew out to left field his first time up. He's batting .222 on the campaign. And here comes the offering now from Verlander, but instead Verlander steps off the back of the rubber, and he's going to cycle through the signs again with Maldonado. So Winker batting from the left side against the right-hander Verlander, and it's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over on the first base side, and that's going to run the count to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Verlander gets himself a new baseball. He dusts off the rubber. We'll get an update. It looks like I can't believe they're going to give a hit there to Cal Raleigh. I'm going to have to double check that. There is a breaking ball swung on. Its grounded foul down the right field line. That's going to keep the count at 0-2. They actually did. The home scorer gave that as a single to Cal Raleigh. First of all, it should have been an error on the first baseman, and if it wasn't an error on the first baseman, Verlander dropped the ball. While Raleigh gets himself a base hit, he's probably going to send that scorer, that official scorer, a Christmas card. That's going to help his season batting average, but whoever's doing the scoring in Houston needs to give their head a shake. Because you could have picked the error who you wanted to give it to, off the heel of the glove by Gurriel or the drop ball at first base by Verlander. Maybe they're going to have some words with that score in between innings. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-2. Unless they're hoping that Gurriel can get himself another gold glove. I don't think he needs the help. He's a pretty good first baseman on his own merit. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first is Raleigh with 2 gone here in the inning, and there's a fastball swung on. It's fouled straight back, and that keeps the count at 1-2 to Winker. Our friend the hobbyist in the house is giving his shout out to Steve Rademacher. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Winker. There's 2 gone here in the top half of the 5th inning. The runner at first is Raleigh. Verlander leans in. He gets his sign from the catcher Maldonado, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. This is a batter that's starting to become a thorn in the side to Verlander. It's going to be the 7th pitch coming up to Winker in this at bat. Our friend the hobbyist says he's editing a video and listening and checking in. It was looking like one of those great pitching matchups we were going to have at the beginning when Robbie Ray and Verlander there, but Ray was chased. And there's a fastball at 96 miles an hour swung on and missed. And Winker is retired on strikes. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And so for the Mariners in their half of the 5th inning, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Now through 4.5, it is Houston Astros 5, the Seattle Mariners no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 5th inning after this. We're appreciative you guys are here. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher again. Be sure to get on his bandwagon and get ready for the 500 sub contest. Once he gets to this 500 sub, he's got the giveaways to give.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deer Dick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. We're glad you guys are with us. Here is another one of our tunes.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never been.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change for the Mariners. Penn Murphy's day is done. It is going to be Matt Brash taking over here. He has got a 2-3 record. He's going to be working in his 11th game. He's got 5 starts for the Mariners. He's worked 25 1/3 innings. He's given up 29 hits, 19 runs all earned. He's walked 21 and struck out 25. The Canadian from Kingston, Ontario, delivers a first pitch breaking ball down and away to Alamedes Diaz for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Seen Brash pitch a couple of times before this year. He's got some interesting stuff. I don't know if he always has the command and control of his pitches, but there is something there for the Mariners to build upon and for him to build upon in his career in Seattle. He's got some electric breaking ball. And now they've asked for time as he's going out to the mound is Cal Raleigh, because he and the right-hander are not on the same page. So the young right-hander is coming up to the top of the mound, and we're going to discuss a few things with him. It's Diaz, Dubon, and Maldonado here in the 5th inning to face Brash. Brash has got that ERA inflated at 3.675. His whip is also a concern. It's at 1.974. He's got a fluffed-up ERA and a fluffed-up whip. He also walks too many. He walks 7.5 batters per 9 innings. And there's a fastball that misses inside, almost hits Diaz. The count is now 2-0. That was at 97 miles an hour. That's why we say there's some electric stuff in the arm of Brash. He can really dial it up, the young right-hander. So 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a fastball at 97 that gets in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So Diaz tonight had that homer his first time up. He's flown to right field his last time. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. Suarez fields it. He has to hurry across the diamond, and he doesn't get the speedy Diaz. Ball, he had to charge. He flat-footed it a bit, and he is going to beat it out. That's going to be an infield single for sure. That one we don't have to go to the scorer on, as that ball was fielded cleanly. Suarez had to come in and backhand it. You got to tip your hat to Diaz. He was running hard all the way out of the batter's box. Sometimes you don't always see that. Guys come out of the box and they run a little bit slowly. Suarez got it. There was nothing really wrong with the throw. But the runner, Diaz, beat it out by a half step. That brings up the center fielder, Mauricio Dubon, who takes a first pitch breaking ball up for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Dubon tonight has been on base twice. He singled his first time up, and he walked in the 3rd inning. So officially 1 for 1. There is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Dubon. Dubon waggles the bat. A number of the Houston Astros players seem to use that axe bat. There's a fastball at 97 that sends Dubon backwards, sprawling out of the box. That's going to run the count now to 3-0. This is what we've seen from Matt Brash in the past. Lots of velocity and not a whole lot of control. It's something you'll hear about major leaguers when they start off in spring training. They like to get their 1 or 2 token at bats at the beginning of the game, and they want to get out of there before the A-ball pitchers come in throwing 95 to 100 miles an hour with no control. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. By the reaction of Mauricio Dubon, he didn't believe that was the case by Nick Glenn said it was so it's going to run the count now to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And here's the offering from the right-hander Brash. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Now the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. I have to say, probably DeBon had an argument there because the young right-hander really hasn't been around the zone here. Even that pitch that Diaz grounded over to third where he beat out for an infield single, that pitch looked like it was destined to be a ball. As he hook-barreled the ball around to third baseman Suarez. So Brash leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Raleigh. He comes set at the belt. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it is a fastball down. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go, and that is going to be a base on balls for DeBon, and it's going to be runners at first and second with nobody out, and it's going to bring up the catcher, Martin Maldonado. So for Maldonado, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's popped to the second baseman, and he's grounded to first. Runner at second, Diaz. The runner at first, Dubon. The first pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. There are some games around the league that are just wrapping up now with some finals. There's a breaking ball that drops over for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Maldonado. We'll go and take a look at some of those final scores after this half inning. So we are in the bottom of the 5th here. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's now 1-2 to Maldonado. One thing I notice is that with the starting pitchers, they have a much different tempo and pace than when the relievers come in. The game slows down when the relievers come in. The relievers do not work at the same tempo and pace as the starters generally do. Now, I will say Matt Brash works a little quicker than most. Probably that's because he's had half of his appearances this year have been as a starter for the Mariners. So he probably has that starter mentality in his mindset as he enters into the ball game. So here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Maldonado has gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Jose Altuve. For Altuve, this is already his 4th trip to the plate in 5 innings. He's officially 0 for 2 tonight. He's walked and scored a run. Altuve's average has dropped to 270 on the year. He's got himself those 19 homers and 36 runs batted in. His first 2 at-bats were against the starter, Robbie Ray, and his last at-bat was against Penn Murphy. This is the first time he has seen Matt Brash. Here's the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down. A good stop by the catcher, Raleigh. Nice job by Raleigh to get his body in front of that, to prevent the runners from advancing. So Altuve gets himself dug in, and he's ready to face the 1-0 offering from Brash. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Brash working from the set position, checks the runner at second, and now delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. Another good stop by the catcher, Raleigh. Ball gets by him or squirts away. It'll be runners. There'll be 2 runners in scoring position. Brash has got to come in here and eat up a couple innings for the Mariners here. Keep the Astros at bay if they want to get a chance to get back in this ball game. So here comes the 2-1 offering now to Altuve. It's grounded softly over to short. Crawford reaches to tag the runner. There's no call on that play. He throws over to first, and he's able to get the batter runner Altuve on a ground out 6-3. We're going to take another look at this to see if Crawford was able to get the runner, and he wasn't. He tried to put a tag on Alamedes Diaz. I'm not so sure why. He just didn't go right over to third base to try to get that as a force. But Altuve has gone on a ground out 6-3 for the second of the inning. Diaz and Dubon each move up as they are now in scoring position, and that brings Yulieski Gurriel to the plate. He was 2 for 3 tonight. Here's the first pitch to Gurriel. It's a breaking ball that drops in at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Gurriel's got 2 singles in his 3 trips. He's also struck out. He's scored a couple of runs. He's raised his season average up to 242. And here comes the offering to Gurriel. It's a fastball at 97 that misses way upstairs, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Gurriel. As we mentioned earlier, we are going to be back on a little bit later tonight for our Japanese action. All the stuff in the NPB between the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, as there's a fastball taken on the outside corner, and the count runs now to 1-2 to Gurriel. Matt Brash, the young right-hander, as we said, he's something to get excited about. He can really bring the ball up there. He's got a plus fastball. Just got to figure out how to control it. Breaking ball's got a lot of movement to it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The right-hander Brash comes set at the belt. He checks the runner at second and at third, and there he delivers a breaking ball that's down. Gurriel has swung at it, and he is going to be retired for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Astros. The Astros, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left the board. We're now through 5 complete. It is Houston 5, Seattle nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the call of the top of the 6th inning. Here's one of our Did You Knows. This one's going to feature J-Rod. Welcome back, everybody. We have 4 finals across Major League Baseball. We'll get you caught up on that right now. The New York Mets knocked off the Miami Marlins 6-4 today. It was Ottavino getting the win for the Mets. It was Okert taking the loss, his first of the year for the Marlins. Edwin Diaz got his 23rd save. 6-4 again for the Mets over the Marlins. It was a 6-2 victory for the Cardinals over the Nationals. Miles Michaelis evens his record at 8-8. Anibal Sanchez took the loss for the Nats. He goes to 0-3. The Cleveland Guardians knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays in the Trop. Shane Bieber picked up his 5th win against 6 losses. Springs takes the loss for the Rays. Emmanuel Clase got the save. The other final score, the Braves knocked off the D-backs 5-2. It was Kyle Wright getting his 13th win of the year against 4 losses. Madison Bumgarner took the defeat for the D-backs, and Kenley Jansen got his 24th save. So here we go back to the live action as Justin Verlander delivers a first pitch breaking ball to Adam Frazier that's called a ball, and the count is 1-0. Frazier tonight walked his first time up. He was stranded on base. The few base runners that Verlander has allowed in this one. Only 3 base runners so far. As there is a fastball that just misses that catches the outside corner, and that's going to run the count to 1-1. Just the slow hand of the home plate umpire, Nick Lenz, to rule that a called strike. Our friend the hobbyist says he likes the salsa music. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count's now 1-2. It's actually merengue. A little bit of merengue music. Get the juices flowing in between innings. But I got something for the hobbyist coming up next inning. We'll give him some music. The next half, to get him going from his neck of the woods. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into left field. And racing over is Mauricio Dubon, and he's going to have to give way to Alamides Diaz. As Diaz makes the catch, and that is going to retire Frazier for the first out of the inning. Dubon came a long way. It looked like he was going to run right into him. That is one gone, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. For J-Rod tonight, he is 1 for 2. He singled his first time up. He was caught stealing, and then he flew out to center field. It was a hustle single for sure. As he had hit that ball, our friend the hobbyist says, yes, I like the Latin music. There you go. And there is the first pitch breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. It's all good. We definitely are not necessarily merengue or salsa connoisseurs at this neck of the woods either, but it is a vibrant little beat that you got to like. So no ball and 1 strike to J-Rod. It was, as we said, a hustle single his first time up as he hit that ground ball into the 6 hole to beat out the throw by Jeremy Pena. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field in front of the warning track, and hauling it in is Mauricio Dubon for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Ty France. So Verlander doing what Verlander does. Been very efficient here so far, as he's only at 67 pitches through 5 2/3. So that's going to bring up the right-handed hitting Ty France, who's 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out to right, and he has popped to first in his 2 trips to the plate. The first offering is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. France's season average slipped to 308 on the ball game. He waggles the bat, hitting from the right side with a very open stance against the right-hander Verlander. Verlander rucks into the windup, and he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field, moving back on the track, and this one's going to be off the wall. It's going to be plated by Dubon, and sliding into second with a double is going to be France. That didn't miss leaving the park by very much. France has got himself a double, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. As we watched the replay, there was a hanging breaking ball. He was able to put a charge into. France, as we said from the get-go at the beginning of the season, he has been right on top of it. The left fielder, Diaz, went all the way back to the warning track. And it was a good thing that the center fielder was backing up on the play, as the center fielder had come over to cover up for the left fielder. And here's the first pitch from Verlander. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1 ball and no strike to Santana. Santana tonight is 0 for 2. He has popped to third and popped to the catcher his 2 trips to the plate. Verlander holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses in. The count now goes to 2-0. Verlander was pulled in the 7th inning. That game in Seattle on the weekend. He was relieved by a left-hander. I want to say it was Mashinsky. Came in relief, and there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Santana. And Brian Abreu finished off that game with the save. As I mentioned before, if you like to see the pitching mechanics of the pitchers in slow motion, we have one of Verlander on the channel. We posted up. It was him going from the stretch in the bullpen. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 2-2 on Santana. We'll put another one up with him going from the windup. Sometimes people will come in and take a look. They like to use some of that stuff for their own purposes, or can analyze some of the stuff. Able to provide information and use it as a good breakdown for young pitchers. Of course, Justin Verlander's got a lot of positive things in his delivery. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Santana has gone on strikes for the third out of the inning here in the sixth. So they got no runs. They strand the runner with the double at second. From Ty France, there were no errors, and that runner left the board. We are now through 5.5 innings. It is the Houston Astros 5, the Seattle Mariners no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. We've got some music for the hobbyist coming up after this from our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero O'Clock Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of the channel. Be sure to check out Zero Fox Sports a little later on. By the way, here is some music for our friend Chris, the hobbyist. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you all for being here. It is going to be the bottom of the sixth inning, and it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order coming up. Yordan Alvarez, Alec Bregman, and Kyle Tucker. And they are slated to face Matt Brash, who has come on in relief. And our friend the hobbyist says a little bit of bluegrass, a little bit of country music, and a little bit of nothing like a fiddle that gets you all a little bit fired up. But we are going to have the changes. It is going to be the end of the night for Matt Brash. It's going to be Tommy Malone coming in. So Malone will be taking over here. Malone is 1-1 on the year through 6 games. He's got a 3.45 ERA. He's walked 5 and struck out 5. 15 2/3 innings of work. So he is on in relief here. Left-hander coming in to face Alvarez, Bregman, and Tucker. 2 of the 3 hitters are left-handed in the lineup. Bottom of the sixth inning, ready to get underway, and the first offering from Malone to Alvarez as he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that misses down in the way, and the count is 1-0. For Alvarez tonight, he has been on base each time he has stepped to the dish. He's 1 for 1 and an RBI. He's scored a run. He's walked a couple of times. So here comes the offering from Malone, who rocks into the motion and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right center field. And this ball is gone. A home run by Alvarez. It's number 30 on the season, and that was no doubt right off the first pitch from the left-hander Malone. And that has left the yard in a hurry, and that is going to increase the lead to 6-0 now for Houston here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Estimated distance of that one was 384 feet. Alvarez turned on that pitch, and it got out in a big-time hurry. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Alec Bregman. For Bregman tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's got a single, a double. He's driven in 3 of the 6 Astros runs. There's the first pitch, fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So as a coach, you probably are going crazy. You bring the lefty in to face the lefty, and he Either if you walk them or serve up a home run, that's what you don't want. You're bringing them in to take the advantage of the odds, and there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Bregman. Haven't seen Tommy Milone pitch in a while, and he's definitely fits that mold of a soft tossing lefty. There's a changeup that misses down, but the home plate umpire, Nick Lenz, says that Alec Bregman had offered, and the count runs to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Bregman. As Milone delivers a changeup that swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Milone is a long-time major league veteran. And here comes the pitch. Is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Milone broke into the big leagues back in 2011. He has got his suitcases with him. He's got a lot of stickers on him. 3 years with the Twins, 3 with Oakland, 2 with Washington. There's a changeup that misses outside, and that's going to be ball 4 to Bregman as he's aboard with a walk here with nobody out in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Kyle Tucker. He's pitched a couple of seasons with Seattle. The first time he appeared with the Mariners was back in 2019. This is his 2nd tour with them. He's also pitched with the Mets, the Braves, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, and the Brewers. 12 years in the big league career for the lefty. 195 games under his belt, and 146 of them have been starts. There's a breaking ball that misses outside to Tucker. The count is 1-0. This is definitely not one of Malone's finer appearances. He is struggling to locate his pitches right now. So 1 ball and no strikes. Arguably, Malone's best year were early in his career when he was an Oakland Athletic, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. It's going to even the count at 1-1. He was 13-10 with the Athletics back in 2012, and he won 12 games in 2013 with the Athletics, going 12-9. And he was offloaded to the Minnesota Twins in 2014. He also did okay with the Twins. He won 9 ball games for them in 2015. And after that, it's been slim pickings ever since. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. Kyle Tucker sure didn't like that call. He does a 180 and walks out of the batter's box. Doesn't say anything to the home plate umpire, but everything that his body language said spoke volumes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to Tucker. Milone checks the runner at first, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. Another good stop. Cal Raleigh has been busy today blocking pitches. He's done an outstanding job behind the plate. It's difficult. You've already are seeing now in the ball game your 4th pitcher. You really got to know your staff. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the left field line, and the count is going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Tucker digs in, taps the other side of the plate, and now he's ready to do battle again with the left-hander Tommy Milone. Milone gets the sign from his catcher Raleigh, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and that runs the count to 3-2. Well, we'll keep an eye on Bregman here to see if they put him in motion to stay out of the double play. One would think that, if anything, it might be a delay here. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is to Tucker. Milone holds at the chest. He checks the runner at first, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep left center field. This ball is going to get down. It's off the wall. Fielded by left fielder Winker, and digging around second and stopping at third is going to be Bregman. Cruising into second with the double is Tucker. And the Astros still have something brewing here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. They've got runners at second and third, and Jeremy Pena striding to the plate. So Kyle Tucker going the other way, lashing a double off the wall in left center field, just under the 366 sign. He's got some nooks and crannies out there in the outfield and takes some weird hops. Jesse Winker was able to take it cleanly off the wall. So interestingly enough, at a 6-0 lead, the Mariners are playing back here. There's a first pitch fastball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep right field. Moving back on it is Lewis. He makes the catch, tagging at third. And heading home is Bregman, tagging at second and heading to third is the base runner Tucker. It's going to be a sac fly and an RBI for Pena, as that is going to increase the lead now to 7-0 for the Astros. It's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Alamedes Diaz. So for Diaz tonight, he got the party started back in the second inning with a home run off of the lefty Malone. He is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a homer, a single. He's also flown out to right field. Here comes the first offering from the lefty, who delivers a fastball. Take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Interesting to see what Scott Service might have up his sleeve for the last couple innings of this ball game, which pitchers he wants to get some work into. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-1. The game is closer. Sometimes you have a tendency to go with certain relievers when the game becomes the blowout, who is coming in to get work done and maybe clean up some of their own stuff. Here comes the offering now to Diaz. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Astros have extended their lead to 7-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The home run by Alvarez to lead off the inning, and the sacrifice fly by Jeremy Pena. And there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. Suarez fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire Diaz. Holding at third is Tucker, as he can't advance. There's now 2 gone in the inning. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Mauricio Dubon. So for Dubon tonight, he's been on base every time he has come to the plate. He's got a single and a couple of walks as he bats here with Kyle Tucker at third and 2 out. The first pitch to Dubon is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And this ball is gone. A home run for Mauricio Dubon. It's going to be his 4th of the year. And that is going to drive in 2 more Astro runs, and they're going to increase the lead to 9-0 over the Seattle Mariners here in the 6th inning. That's tonight. I've got the 3rd home run allowed by Mariner pitching. The 2nd here in the inning by Malone. It's a 2-run variety, as Dubon has got himself a pair of RBIs. So everybody is getting into the swing of things, so to speak, in Houston tonight, if you're a player with the Astros. Ball hugged the foul pole. I didn't get a distance on that one, as that brings up Martin Maldonado, and the first pitch is a change of the misses inside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 9-0 lead for the Astros, as they've got another crooked number up on the board. Here's the pitch from Malone, and it is a fastball that comes inside and hits Maldonado, as he's going to be aboard. That's the one you want to get hit by, 86-mile-an-hour fastball. Malone doesn't have a whole lot left in his tank. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Jose Altuve. So for Altuve, he is 0 for 3. He has walked and scored a run. Altuve batting .270 on the season. As runners are at first and second, we're going to have a timeout here, as we've got a mound visit for the lefty Malone. We'll have to think what's going to happen here as the conference is now over. So Maldonado, the runner at first, Altuve coming to bat. The Astros with a fluffed up 9-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looks like we're going to have ourselves a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Chas McCormick coming in. Our friend Mick pops in the house. He says, I didn't know you were doing this game. It was a late game here added in by us. We're looking at doing we thought it was going to be a good pitching matchup. Well, unfortunately, now it's a 9-0 ball game for Houston. But we are going to be doing the NPB game tonight. There is a first pitch fastball swung on it, is lifted into right center field. Moving over underneath it is Julio Rodriguez. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it as McCormick is done for the 3rd out of the inning. And so for the Astros in their half of the 6th inning, big inning for Houston. They had 4 runs on the benefit of 2 homers. They had 3 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6 complete. It is Houston 9, Seattle Mariners nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a minute. I hope our friend Mick took the Astros, and I hope he picked them on the over. And if you have, you've done pretty good. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll chat with the chat.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Thanks, everybody. 9-0 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments. It's time to grab a drink, get our throat clear, and start warming up for that Japanese game a little later. I have a feeling this one is almost done, but we're glad you guys are with us. We'll run out the string here and stay with us for a couple more innings. Be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top half of the 7th inning. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Mariners. That means it's going to be Eugenio Suarez, J.P. Crawford, and Kyle Lewis to face the right-hander Justin Verlander. Verlander has cruised in his 6 innings work so far today, hardly breaking his sweat as he's got a 9-0 lead. 74 pitches in the first 6 innings, and the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. As we mentioned, we'll be back on here. We've got Mick saying parlay is 2 minor league and 2 major league games. What were your 2 minor league games tonight, Mick? I don't know how I could play those ones. It'd be really, really tough, especially when teams, how they use their pitching down there. Let's see. Breaking ball delivered by Verlander that swung at and fouled away. The count is now 0-2. Defensively, McCormick has gone into left field as Altuve is out of the game. Mides Diaz has grabbed his infielder's glove, and he has come into second base to replace the star Altuve. So here comes the 0-2 offering to Suarez. It's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Suarez has gone on strikes for the 2nd time today. That's the first out here of the 7th inning. That is now going to bring up the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. A pitch by Verlander, amazing there. I mean, ball had a lot of bite and a lot of run to it, and Suarez just outright chased it. Suarez and Verlander for sure would have probably crossed paths in spring training in Detroit when Suarez was with the Tigers organization years ago as a minor leaguer before he was dealt, we said, to the Cincinnati Reds in the Alfredo Simon trade. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-1 to Crawford. Crawford tonight 0 for 2. He's flown to left and flown to center in his 2 trips to the plate against Verlander. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is grounded over to third. It is fielded neatly by Bregman. He throws to first. It's going to retire Crawford on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Kyle Lewis. So Lewis 0 for 2. He's popped the first, and he has flown out to center field. Lewis is batting 194 on the year now, and here's the first offering from Verlander. It's a fastball at 95 that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Be curious to see if they roll Verlander out for another inning. If they decide they're going to do some of that stuff. Our friend Mick posted his parlay in there. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count's 1-1. So if I'm reading this correctly, he had Durham. He had the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, Durham Bulls, and the Jumbo Shrimp. There's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded right to Diaz, who's to the left of second base. Throws to first. That's going to retire Lewis on a ground out 4-3. Another quick inning for Verlander. They go no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. 9-0 for the Astros. I'm glad you guys could stick around here with us and hang out with us for this one. We'll be right back after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be checking out those final scores and the games that are going around the major leagues. We had already given you the 5 finals that have come through tonight. As we check the out-of-town scoreboard, it is a 4-2 lead now for the Phillies in the bottom of the 10th inning. They are leading the Pirates 4-11-0 for the Phillies, 2-7-0 for the Pirates. Brogdon on in relief. Newman batting right now for the Pirates. As he has been erased, it's now Greg Allen coming up to bat. They're down to their final out. Are they there? The Yankees have come back out of the 5-3 deficit during the rain delay and have now taken an 11-5 lead over the Kansas City Royals. That game is in the top of the 9th inning. Yankees scored 8 in the bottom of the 8th inning as they have vaulted themselves in front. It is a 4-1 lead for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th over the Red Sox. Josh Hader is in there trying to close that one out. Top of the 8th inning, it is a 5-3 lead for the Athletics. What's going on in Seattle? Looks like they were delayed in making their pitching change. As now they're getting somebody coming in here as a left-hander coming in. And it's not Tommy Malone. I don't know if that's Ryan Barecki or not. They have another lefty out of the pen, but we're going to take a look right now as they do have a lefty here. Coming up, it's going to be Yuli Gurriel, Yordan Alvarez, and Alec Bregman. I'm not sure what the delay was. They didn't have somebody ready to go, but we'll continue on with our out-of-town scoreboard. Athletics beating the White Sox in the top of the 8th inning, 5-3. Rockies are trailing the Dodgers 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th. The later starts, the Rangers and Angels are 0-0 in the top of the 5th. Runs are at a premium in that series, as last night it was a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Rangers. The Padres have a 3-1 lead over the Twins. That's in the top of the 4th. In San Francisco, the Giants and the Cubs are all knotted up at zeros, and those are your games. That brings you all up into all the scoring from around Major League Baseball. Our friend Mick says he's got his shots poured for after this game. Well, if the Mariners come back, it'll be one of the greatest comebacks in Mariner history. I don't know if that is going to be the case in this one here. Down a 9 spot here as we're going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. As I said, I don't know what the delay was as they had to bring in the reliever. It is going to be Ryan Barucki who's coming in to replace Tommy Malone. I don't know if that was because of injury or what the deal was, but we'll have to do it. The way that Malone was pitching, you could probably say maybe it was. Barucki is another one that we put up some slow motion video on our channel. So if you get a chance to check it out, go check it out later on. Got some pregame bullpen stuff. He was getting some work done. He's been very effective for the Mariners this year. He broke in with the Toronto Blue Jays. But this year with the Mariners, he's 2-0. He's got a 1.93 ERA. He's appeared in 15 games. He's 14 innings pitched, 11 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He has allowed 6 walks and has struck out 11. So he is taking over here, ready to go. It's on the season. That's his numbers with Seattle they gave you. He's also pitched with Toronto, but he was roughed up with the Blue Jays. Whatever he's done, he's found youth over here with Seattle. There's a first pitch fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul. The count is 0-1, and it is a pinch hitter for Yuli Gurriel as Machevich is batting here. So J.J. Machevich, and he's hitting 184 on the season with a couple of homers and 4 RBIs. I'm sure he probably was like, great, I'm coming in here to face a left-hander. As he hits left-handed, there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Or how often he gets a chance to see lefties. Our friend Mick says he's got his shots poured for after the game. He says the Mets closer, Edwin Diaz, tonight was clutch. Edwin Diaz, I saw him with the Mariners quite a bit. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. And, I mean, I totally get it. I understand that when you're not in a playoff contention or playoff team, why is it that you should have a closer? And they were able to get in the trade Jared Kalenic that came this way to Seattle. There's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the left side where the shift was. That's about the 4th time tonight the Mariners have been beaten by the shift. As Machevich has got himself a single as he's aboard with a leadoff hit, and that is going to bring up Yordan Alvarez. We're scheduled to bring up Alvarez. We're going to see if they're going to send him to the plate. Alvarez tonight has been on base all 4 times. He's got a homer, a single. He's driven in a pair. He's also walked twice. Alvarez steps to the plate. But back to that analysis about Edwin Diaz. Diaz, for sure, has been pretty solid for the Mets, but he was really good in Seattle. Of course, that was the trade that sent Cano and Diaz to the Mets, and in return, they got Jared Kalenic. And can't remember what else they got for those, but Kalenic was the jewel of the trade. As he swung on and fouled that one off to Alvarez. The count is 0-1. It escapes me who the other player that came back the other way was. But it was really, really too bad. I think they maybe had to throw in Diaz to. So there's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Count is 0-2 for the Mets to be able to take Robinson Cano in his contract. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yordan Alvarez. Runner at first is Michevich, and here comes the offering from Barecki. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to the left side. It is fielded. They got to go across the first. It's not in time. And again, the Mariners get beat by the shift because that was a single, or that was a ball that was hit to the left side of the infield. Eugenio Suarez had the range to his right, or check it, it's Abraham Toro who's in the ball game. Toro had the range to his right. He had no shot at the runner at second. He had to throw across the diamond to first to try to get Alvarez, and it was not in time. That's an infield hit. So twice the Mariners have been beaten up here with Barecki. If you're Barecki, you got to feel heartbroken because you basically got yourself 2 ground ball outs, and the shift has punished you both times. And here comes the first offering to pitch the ball and no strikes to Bregman. Our friend Mick says the way that he throws the ball is so beautiful. Yeah, he's a fastball slider guy, but it seems like it's more a slider fastball guy. That is pretty nasty stuff that he brings to the plate. You know it's coming, and you still can't hit it. That is scary. There's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the second baseman. The umpire signals it wasn't a catch. They throw to first. That is going to retire Bregman on a ground out 4-3. The runners have to hold, as it was a short hop there taken by Adam Frazier. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. So Tucker tonight is 1 for 4. He doubled and scored a run his last time up. But we are going to get a pinch hitter for Tucker. So forget about Tucker. We've got ourselves Jake Myers stepping to the plate. He's batting .226 on the season, and the first pitch he sees is a fastball taken on one hop by the shortstop. That is fielded. They throw over to first base, and that is going to retire Tucker on a ground out 6-3, but he's going to get himself an RBI, as that is going to cash in J.J. Michevich. That is going to increase the score to 10-0 now here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to bring up the shortstop, or scheduled to bring up the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. So Pena tonight is 0 for 2 officially. He's got a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and he's walked. All game here is completely out of hand. It's a 10 spot. And the first pitch delivered to Pena is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So I'd say a little bit hard done by Brian Barecki here, as those first 2 hits of the inning were definitely caused because the shift was in play. That's the one thing I'd like to know, is a statistic that shows how many times that it is successful versus unsuccessful. And there's a wild pitch in the dirt, and Yordan Alvarez is going to scamper over to third. That's the second wild pitch of the inning by Barecki. We got our friend Sauce Up Game in the house here. We haven't seen you in a while. He's bounced in on Twitch. Thank you for stopping in. He says vintage JV today, 100%. He's hardly broken a sweat so far. The only thing that Verlander hasn't done today is racked up the strikeouts. He's been getting the outs, but not the strikeouts tonight. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup swung on and missed. That's now going to run the count to 1-2 on Pena. Our friend Mick says the Astros can beat up on all these teams, but crumble against the Oakland A's. Yeah, there always seems to be a team every year that might have somebody's number. It's like the Mariners. The Mariners cannot beat the Astros. This is going to be 5, or at least the last 5 games that I'm aware of that they've lost to Houston. You think about it, they had the 14-game win streak prior to the All-Star break. The breaking ball is swung on and fouled off. The Astros roll into town for 3 games. They beat the Mariners 3 times. Astros then bring in the Texas Rangers and kick the snot out of them 3 times. And now they come into Houston, dropped the game last night, and are on their way to dropping tonight's. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-2. Our friend Sauce-Up Game says the divisional games are anyone's game. Anyone can win. It's weird. Yeah, it's certainly right now the Astros have the Mariners' number. Think about it for a while. The Tigers and the Guardians/Indians were always a problem. There's a breaking ball or swung on it. It was grounded softly to second, charging hard and fielding it as Frazier. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Pena on a ground out 4-3. But the Astros get another run here in the inning. There was one run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 7 complete. It is now 10-0 for the Houston Astros. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this in about 30 seconds, again, from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Steve Rademacher coming at you. I'm having my 500 subscriber giveaway if we get there by the end of this year. That's my name and my channel, Steve Rademacher. All you have to do is be publicly subscribed, and then you can enter to win once we hit the magic number, either an unopened, still sealed box of Star Trek official trading cards, Next Generation and Original Series. If that's not your cup of tea, we have Fleer Adrenaline with a Deerdick rookie card. I have pulled out an autograph from one of these, and there are relics. If that's not your thing, how about an unopened box of 1987 Donruss Baseball? Just come watch me, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and we appreciate your support of the channel. We'll be back in just a moment here after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top of the 8th inning. It is going to be Cal Raleigh, Jesse Winker, and Adam Frazier, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Seattle batting order. It is going to be Justin Verlander coming on for the top of the 8th inning. And why not? He has been absolutely brilliant tonight as he is looking like vintage Verlander as he's got himself a shutout here. And he has started to pick up the pace. He said not a ton of strikeouts tonight. He's picked up the pace more recently as there's a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to Raleigh. He's got, on my books, he's got 5 strikeouts on the evening. And he didn't get anything in the first 2 innings of work. And there's a fastball deliver. It's popped up over to the third base side. Racing over is Alec Bregman. He's going to make the catch. And with 1 up, there's 1 away. And that is now going to bring up the left fielder, Jesse Winker. Starting comparison tonight as they give it. Justin Verlander, 7 1/3 innings on 84 pitches. Robbie Ray, 84 pitches in 2 2/3. Knocked him out of the ball game quickly. Of course, Ray and Verlander were former teammates with the Tigers. Think about that staff that the Tigers had for quite a while there. There was a lot of guys on that. I don't know Price, Porcello, Robbie were what the Tigers were after. There's a fastball that swung on. This is lifted foul over the third base dugout. The count goes to 1-1. Our friend Sauce-Up Game said the Tigers owned the Guardians/Indians organization. But ever since that time, the Tigers have been crushed, and you're absolutely right. Although this year the Tigers did get a series sweep against the Guardians. So Verlander rocks into the motion, and here he delivers to Winker. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. I'd love to see Dusty Baker roll Verlander out for the 9th inning. If he's able to get through the bottom part of the order here. And Here's the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 3-1. I think that would be contingent that he can take care of Winker and Frazier. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Jesse Winker. They do have Winker played in the shift as Diaz and Pena are to the right side of the infield. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into deep right center field. It's going to get down, and it's going to get Yali all the way to the wall. And Winker is going to cruise into second base with a 1-out double. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Adam Frazier. That last pitch there that was thrown by Verlander, fastball that was absolutely drilled. Winker was able to turn that one around as he takes it all the way to the National Car Rental sign in right center field. As we said, there's a lot of nooks and crannies out there. So 89 pitches for the Houston Ace, and here's the offering from Verlander. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Frazier. Brian Abreu up and throwing in the Astros bullpen. He was the one who closed out Verlander's victory on the weekend last weekend. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-1. If you happen to go look at our channel, we also posted some information on Abreu as well. One of our slow motion videos. And here comes the 1-1 offering now from Verlander. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-2 on Frazier. Frazier did reach base against Verlander back in the 3rd inning when he walked. He flew out to left field his last time up. Curious to see if Verlander's going to dial one up here. If he can rear back, find a little extra, and blow it by him. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball lined over to first, and that is going to be caught. We got a breaking trade here for everybody there are not a lot of people listening in who've now left the chat, but it looks like the Mariners, it's being reported, have acquired Luis Castillo, the Cincinnati Reds starting pitcher. So keep your eyes tuned. We're going to find out who's going the other way. But that would be huge news for the Mariners if that is the case. If they have acquired the pitcher from the Cincinnati Reds, I'd like to know what they're sending the other way in order to do that. But that is a big deal. Another power arm as a starter with a 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball. You heard it here, as Luis Castillo is going to be in a Seattle Mariner uniform. So we're going to see if we can get some details for you on that one as they become available. It's a huge trade. So 2 gone here, and that brings up Julio Rodriguez to the plate. The runner at second is Winker. J-Rod tonight is 1 for 3. He's singled. He's flown out to center field twice. And here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is driven to deep left field. This ball is going to get down. It's off the wall. It's played out there by the left fielder. That's Myers, and he fires it back in, and that's going to break the deadlock. Is going to be a double and an RBI for J-Rod. It's going to be his 57th RBI. It's going to bring home Winker, and it's going to bring the score to 10-1, and that's going to bring Dusty Baker out of the dugout. That is going to be the end of the day for Justin Verlander. The crowd is giving him a huge round of applause. 94 pitches. He's done for the day. He gives the ball to his manager. He is going to be finished. It looks like it's going to be Brian Abreu coming in to finish this one off. We'll see if we get some more details on that trade. As it is reported, Luis Castillo is going to be a Mariner. Verlander tips his cap on the way back to the dugout as his day is done. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. As we said, we're going to see if we can get more news out of Cincinnati. Right back, everybody.
Thanks for checking out Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. It's time to announce the winners of this month's mystery pack. Boom! Josh S., you're the winner. Congratulations. Enjoy the game, and remember to tell Steve Rademacher, pick a haircut. Back to the game.
Welcome back, everybody. There's going to be a movement here. It looks like that it is going to be Edwin Arroyo, Andrew Moore, and Levi Stout going to Cincinnati. We're also talking, and we're getting this confirmed, that it looks like the top prospect, shortstop, Noelvi Marte, is also going to the Reds. I saw Marte play for Everett earlier this year. I don't know if he's a shortstop at the big league level. He looks like he could be, once he fills out, he could be more of a third baseman. But I do believe he will play in the big leagues for sure. Andrew Moore, the 22-year-old, he was originally a 14th round pick out of Chipola Junior College by the Mariners in the 2021 draft. He is a part of that deal. Edwin Arroyo, an infielder, Puerto Rican. He is currently an A-ball row with Modesto. And on top of that, Levi Stout, pick of the Mariners back in the 2019 draft at Lehigh University. Stout is currently in Double A. He is a pitcher. He is 6-6. His record is kind of eh. So the one that you're going to cry about if you're a Mariner fan is Noelvi Marte, but Luis Castillo coming in, that is a huge splash so far. So 4 going one way. Luis Castillo coming to the Mariners. Mariners are making a push. Our friend that was in here earlier, our friend Jason VT Sports Guy, was asking, do you think the Mariners are going to make a push? And I thought that the starting rotation was set. What do I know? It was a first pitch fastball delivered to Ty France, and it's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Brian Abreu on in relief here of Justin Verlander with 2 gone here in the 8th inning. France waggling the bat. Ready delivered to Maldonado, and it's a fastball that just misses down, and the count is 1-1. Really didn't like the way Maldonado received that pitch. That pitch, if he would have stuck it and caught it where it was, would have been a strike anyway. But he got it, and he does the jerk up as he takes it up towards his mask, and I think he lost that strike for his pitcher. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the 1-1 offering. There's a fastball at 96, swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2 to Ty France. France is 1 for 3 tonight. He doubled his last time up. He's also flown to right and popped to first. They're playing him straight away, pretty much straight away in the infield and in the outfield. And here's the offering from Abreu. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. Our friend Mick said he should have added his Salt Lake Bees to the parlay there. They're up 5-1. As I said, it's hard to watch minor league baseball. I wouldn't even know where to start and making predictions on any of that stuff. It's the pitchers, how they're used and when they're used and how they piggyback some teams. It makes it really, really difficult. So here comes the 2-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Abreu blows away Ty France for the 3rd out of the inning. That's going to do it here. But the Mariners, they get 1 back. They got a RBI single by J-Rod Tanaka and Jesse Winker. There was a run in the inning on 2 hits. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. Mariners have broken the ice. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 10-1 ball game. Stick around, everybody. We're glad you're with us and grinding it out with us to the end of this one. We'll be right back after this. Would you like to support Last Drafts Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan. But we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Drafts Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving into the bottom of the 8th inning. It is going to be the bottom third of the batting order slated to come to bat for the Astros. That means Alamides, Diaz, Mauricio Dubon, and Martin Maldonado, as they are coming on to bat in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Our friend Mick says he needs to make his NPB KBO parlay before 11. If you would have listened to me last night, Mick, you probably wouldn't have come away with anything. I was thinking about some of the picks I was looking at last night, and boy, oh boy, I don't think I would have had anything right there. So we do have our first one of the year. This is I think it's our first one of the year. It's Luis Torrens on the hill, the catcher, backup catcher for the Mariners. First career appearance as he's on the hill. He delivered a first pitch that was, I guess, a fastball that was thrown, and it was found away by Diaz. And then the next pitch is a fastball that misses inside. The count's 1-1. So the 84-mile-an-hour fastball was a ball, and now he delivers a 71-mile-an-hour muffin for a ball low. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a 79-mile-an-hour changeup that misses inside. The count's now 3-1 to Diaz. So we're in batting practice mode here as Torrens is on in relief, and there is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left center field, and this ball is going to be gone. A home run for Alamides Diaz, his second of the night. And now we are in home run derby mode as they have brought in a positional player to pitch. That is the third hit of the night for Diaz. It's his second home run. Now got 8 on the year. Our friend Mick said he fell asleep and woke up with everything was already on last night. Yeah, well, last night I tried to get the early nap in, which I did, but couldn't get up to make that call. I was thinking about trying to do it. So Mauricio Dubon steps to the plate. He is been on twice, 1-0. It's Alamides' third career multi-home run game. There's the breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Dubon. And here's the pitch. It is a changeup swung on. It is popped up on the infield. Coming underneath it is the first baseman, Ty France. He's got to push Torrens out of the way. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Dubon for the first out of the inning. So Dubon now will at least have an ERA when this one is done. The pitch that he threw to Diaz, that one left the yard in a big hurry. Mick says the only thing he called last night was Oryx. Yeah, we were in a lot of trouble last night if I was actually telling people what they should pick. There's a first pitch at 78 that crosses for strike 1, and there's a 86-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. It is Corey Lee at the plate here coming in to hit for Maldonado. So Lee is up for the first time tonight. There's a fastball swung on. It is chopped up the middle. It is fielded by Frazier. He's going to have to hurry. They throw to first, and that is going to retire Lee on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the top of the order, and it's going to be Chas McCormick. Our friend Mick says the Carp got demolished last night. Yeah, and also, too, you have another situation. The other situation there with the Giants, as they had to cancel games. I guess the whole series this weekend has been canceled for the Murray Giants as they still are battling the COVID issue. First pitch fastball to McCormick is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. There's a breaking ball that is in the dirt. McCormick can't hold up as he went after that one, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. So Torrens, no balls and 2 strikes to McCormick. So the Hiroshima Toyo Carp and the Murray Giants, certainly. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away to McCormick, and the count is 1-2. Looks like Torrens has got a little bit more bite in his breaking ball now. Some of those pitches he was throwing earlier, they were a little bit soft coming up to the dish, and there's a fastball at 85 swung on and lined up the middle for a base hit. That's going to be a 2-out single for McCormick, and that's going to bring up J.J. Mashevich. Mashevich tonight came on to bat for Gurriel his last time up. He singled and scored a run. the 7th inning. He's raised his average back up to 200 on the year. So here's the first offering from Torrens. It's a breaking ball at 69 miles an hour that misses inside. The count's 1-0. Shevich hitting from the left side against the righty Torrens. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. You're a guy like Bashevich who's already having troubles at the plate this year, batting right at the proverbial Mendoza line. And there is a breaking ball swung on, his belted to straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is Rodriguez. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it for out number 3. Just to finish off, if you're Bashevich, you're probably talking to yourself that you just got rung up or you got sat down by a catcher who is now pitching. But the Astros get another run here in the inning. They had a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Your score at the end of 8 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners trailing the Houston Astros 11-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of our channel. We'll be back in just a few minutes. With the call at the top of the 9th inning, it is getting to be a wrap-up time in Houston. 11-1 Astros, they have the lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat to face Brian Abreu, and the first hitter is Carlos Santana, and he spanks a double down the left field line on the first pitch he sees from Abreu. See, it was a hustle double as he came out of the box and was able to slide in safely into second base. It was a ball that was sliced down the left field line. Racing over on it was the right fielder, Myers. He came up throwing. Throw was in to second base. It was not quite in time. They couldn't apply the tag, and it did squirt away from the second baseman. And that is going to be Diaz, who couldn't hang on to it. The first pitch that is delivered to Abraham Toro, pinch hitting here. He pops it up on the third base side. And that is going to retire Toro on one pitch as Corey Lee makes the grab. And that is one pitch and one away there. And that is going to bring up Dylan Moore, who is now hitting in place of J.P. Crawford. So there are some changes here. And then we've got Sam Haggerty waiting to come in to bat for Kyle Lewis. And here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Mick says Santana is a pretty good player. Yeah, he's a little bit, I say, long in the tooth now. He's at the twilight of his career. I really like his plate discipline. He walks a lot, doesn't strike out on horrific pitches. We were talking about it earlier that I think it's one of those guys that walks more than he strikes out on some years. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0 to Dylan Moore. You're just hoping right now that all your pitcher Abreu can do is continue to throw strikes. So 2 balls and no strike, and Abreu delivers. It is a Fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 3-0. Waiting on deck is Sam Haggerty. So he'll get his opportunity here to face the right-hander Abreu. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. We were asked earlier who we thought that, if anything, the Mariners would need. I would have thought maybe bullpen help and possibly maybe even an upgrade at second base. Adam Frazier has not been the player that they have thought. There's a fastball swung on. It is popped up behind home plate. Moving back underneath it is Lee, but he's going to watch it just drift into the first row. The fella in the first row had an opportunity to catch it, and he didn't. Looked like he was, that close, but had close to nothing because in a bad spot right in the hands. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Moore steps back into the plate, ready on the offering here from the right-hander Abreu. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Abreu leans in, gets the sign from Corey Lee, and now he works set at the belt. And now he steps off, and we're going to reset ourselves and do this all over again. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Haggerty. Haggerty's batting .303 on the season. He's really done well as a marginal or role player on this team. There's a fastball that misses outside. That's going to be ball 4 to Haggerty. He's got himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second, and that's going to bring up, or check that, that's Dylan Moore who walks out. Now it's going to bring up Sam Haggerty. Sorry about that. So Moore gets the walk. Our friend Mick asked the question, which game are you doing tonight? It's going to be the Saitama Cebu Lions and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Looking forward to that. We're going to do that one tonight and tomorrow. Tonight, the game, the first pitch is at 10 o'clock Pacific time. The other game tomorrow night is going to be at 9 Pacific time. It's an earlier start. There's a fastball that misses down and in to Haggerty, and the count is 1-0. Haggerty will be followed by Cal Raleigh should he reach safely. And here's the pitch from Abreu. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Abreu waiting on the signal, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Coming in on it and making the catch is the center fielder. That is going to retire Haggerty for the second out of the inning. And that's going to leave it all up to Cal Raleigh. Raleigh tonight against Justin Verlander had a hit and 3 trips to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's also popped to third and struck out. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander Abreu, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder who makes the grab. And that is going to do it here for the Mariners in their half of the inning. And the Astros are going to win this one 11-1. So in the inning for the Mariners, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. Your final score is the Houston Astros 11, the Seattle Mariners 1. Stick around, everybody. We're going to wrap this up in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys could be here with us right to the end. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game. And Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We got the breaking news that we gave to you earlier during the game. It is the Mariners who have acquired Luis Castillo from the from the Cincinnati Reds. Going the other way, it's going to be Noelvi Marte, Edwin Arroyo, Andrew Moore, and Levi Stout. Noelvi Marte, it was the number one prospect in the Mariners organization. He was playing in High A Everett, and he will be making his way now to the Cincinnati Reds organization. It is the other final scores. We'll give you the final scores now around Major League Baseball. The Detroit Tigers went into Toronto and knocked off the Blue Jays tonight, 4-2, 4-9-0 for the Tigers, 2-4-0 for the Jays. In relief, Will Vest got the win. He's 3-2. Alek Manoah takes the loss. He goes to 11-5. Gregory Soto got his 19th save for the Tigers. Other finals, the Baltimore Orioles beat the Cincinnati Reds today 6-2. Tate got the win. He goes to 2-3. Buck Farmer takes the loss. He drops to 0-1. New York Mets knocked off the Marlins tonight 6-4. Adam Ottavino got the win in relief. He goes to 5-2. Okert takes the loss. He's 5-1. Edwin Diaz gets the save, his 23rd of the year. 6-11-1 for the Mets. 4-7-0 for the Marlins. Your final 6-4 for the Mets. The St. Louis Cardinals beat the Washington Nationals 6-2 today. Miles Michaelis got his 8th win against 8 losses. Anibal Sanchez took the loss. He's 0-3. 6-6-0 for the Cards. 2-8-0 for the Nationals. Again, your final 6-2 St. Louis. Philadelphia Phillies knocked off the Pittsburgh Pirates in 10 innings today, 4-2. Sir Anthony Dominguez got the win in relief. He's 5-3. Dwayne Underwood Jr. took the loss. He's 0-3 for the Pirates. Brogdon got the save for the Phillies. 4-11-0 for the Phils, 2-7-0 for the Pirates. Again, your final 4-2 Philadelphia. Well, the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals, they went into a rain delay in New York with the Royals winning 5-3 in the 8th inning. And they came out of the 8th inning with the Yankees sticking an 8th spot on the board against the Royals. Your final 11-5 New York. Albert Abreu got the win. He's 2-0. Scott Barlow takes the loss for the Royals. He's 4-4. 11-11-0 for the Yankees, 5-9-0 for the Royals. Yankees fans go home happy after that one, especially those who stuck around after that rain delay. The Cleveland Guardians knocked off the Tampa Bay Rays 4-1. It was Shane Bieber getting the win. He's 5-6. Springs take the loss. He's 3-3. Emmanuel Clase got the save, his 22nd of the year. 4-8-0 for the Guardians, 1-6-0 for the Rays. Your final score, Cleveland 4, Tampa Bay 1. The Milwaukee Brewers knocked off the Boston Red Sox 4-1. 4-8-0 for the Brewers, 1-7-1 for the Red Sox. Woodruff got his 9th win of the year against 3 losses. Bello takes the loss for the Red Sox. He's 0-3. Josh Hader got his 29th save. The Atlanta Braves knocked off the Diamondbacks 5-2. Kyle Wright got his 13th win of the year against 4 losses. Bumgarner got the loss. He's 6-10. Kenley Jansen, his 24th save. Your final score again, Braves 5, D-backs 2. The other final is the Athletics knocked off the White Sox 7-3. James Caprillion got the win. He's 2-5. Lance Lynn takes the loss. He's 1-4. 7-9-0 for the A's. 3-6-1 for the White Sox. Again, your final 7-3 for the Athletics. And then the other games that are moving around in Major League Baseball that are still underway. Dodgers over the Rockies 5-2. That's in the bottom of the 8th. Rangers have scored a couple. It is now 2-0 for Texas in the bottom of the 6th over the Angels. The Padres have extended their lead against the Twins at 7-1 for San Diego. That's in the bottom of the 5th inning. And in the bottom of the 4th, the Giants and the Cubs are all knotted up at zeros. Once again, your final score here from Minute Maid Park in Houston. It was the Houston Astros 11, the Mariners 1. 11-15-0 for the Mariners, 11-15-0 for the Astros. 1-6-0 for the Mariners. Justin Verlander gets his 14th win of the year against 3 losses. It was Robbie Ray taking the loss. He drops to 8-8. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you for stopping in to watch another one of our Last Raps Baseball's video productions. Hope you all have a great night. Come on back and see us again later. We are going to be doing some NPB action in less than a couple hours. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you again later.
Thank you.